Hi, and welcome back to the channel where we like to hot rod everything. This is my Dell G3 laptop that has run my entire life, including this channel, for the last 5 years. It has an i5 9300H, 32 gigs of RAM at 2666 megahertz, and a GTX 1660 Ti. The screen is 720p at 60 frames a second. Not great, but worked for what I needed it to do. This is my new Dell G5. Now in the last video, I hot rodded this bad boy with 32 gigs of RAM at, I think it was 4800 megahertz, and an extra 2 terabyte hard drive. In addition to those, it has a 13650HX, so the processor is overclockable, and an RTX 3050. Now from what I understand, the 3050 is kind of a sidestep from the 1660 Ti and not necessarily a step up, but with the 1080p high refresh rate screen, the faster RAM, and the faster processor, it's still going to be better. Just how much better? Well, let's do some gaming and find out. Alright, I am at Laguna Seca on the CBR 600, which is the bike I actually ride. Let's see if we can't do something cool. Oh, not gonna get him before the straight. That's okay though. Alright, frames are like 55 to 60. Really doesn't seem interested in going above that. Ah. CPU is working. CPU is 70. I can't watch the numbers and play a racing game at the same time. CPU is like 75%. CPU is working. GPU 90%. GPU is pretty much maxed out. It's a 6 gig card. Got a little bit left in the tank. Half a gig, 0.3 of a gig of VRAM maybe. Yeah, 90%. So 60 frames a second, 70% on the CPU, GPU 90%. I mean, not bad. Like, this is a thin and light laptop with a 720p screen. I take this everywhere with me. I put even a faster Wi-Fi card in it. I put a gig Wi-Fi card in it. And this kind of just is what it is. I'm happy with it. It's not groundbreaking, but this was never, oh, ouchie. But this was never, a high horsepower monster to start with. It's obviously, nothing's really holding it back, but I think this is kind of just the best it can do, which is all you can ask for. And frankly, I was never mad about it at all. And I'm excited to see what the G5 can do. Pulling up to Laguna Seca, except now on the new G5. Alright, let's see if we can get... one good lap in. Off to a good start. Nice, much better. A lot of coasting there. Touch of brakes, down a gear, back on the gas. And like I said before, I can't play this game and read the numbers. So the numbers are what they are. And you guys can judge for yourself. Alright, that was rough. At least I put in a decent lap time and won the race. But it was roughly 100 frames a second. The CPU is being much less utilized. And the GPU is still like 90% using almost all 6 gigs. And the RAM is roughly in the same spot. But the frames did double, so... that's a W. That's actually really nice, in fact. And I don't know if you can hear that. The G3 has fans. This has turbines. And when you open up Steam, it switches to performance mode, which allows the processor to go like way past 4 gigahertz. That is chooching. That is quite a bit faster than the other one was doing.
Advance and take position. Remember your training. Make us proud.
All right. Off to a good start. I either do really good on this map or really bad. Where's that? I knew he was in there still. Alright, getting about 75, 100 frames, 80 frames. Not bad. CPU's still at about 90%. Looks like GPU is all over the place. That's called wrong place at the wrong time, Chief. Oh, that guy's got a good hiding spot. No shot. This is an okay game for me. I've had certainly way worse. What side are you on? I know you're over there. Damn it. He got me. Oh my god. Unlucky for that guy. Wow. Too many grenades in here right now. Ah! At 15.5 gigs of RAM. So if you only had 16, that would probably be holding you back a little bit. Even though this RAM is relatively slow. That's called facing the wrong direction. Oh my god. He survived the fire and the flames. Alright.
Keep this up and you will find yourself on the Eastern Front.
Not bad, not great, but this isn't about me, this is about the computer. And it's not bad. Again, for a travel rig, I was never sitting in my parents' house over a holiday wishing I had more horsepower. This has always been fine. I wish it honestly way less when I do travel with it, but that ain't gonna happen. In fact, the G5 weighs a lot more, so let's pack this bad boy up, bring out the G5, and see what some horsepower feels like. Well, let's get a final tally real quick. 9 and 15, third on the team. Not great, I have done worse. Oh, not my finest work here in this game. Wow, this 200 frames a second though. really nice. How do you lose that? Oh, there's two of them again. Well, if we win this game, it's not going to be me that won it. And Mr. Danger Close is crawling up my butt. Oh!
We have the lead.
This is even worse than last game. What the F? If I quit, my team would have been better off. Draw. That is a gift from the universe because I was holding us back there. Did I get even one? Good job. Full schmuppity. Oh no! I'm getting called out in the chat. Oh, gold star. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. I'll do better next time, I promise. On the plus side, computer ran great. Which is what this video is all about. So I'll just have to crush my ego for this one and move on. 4-18. I can't go out like that. That's embarrassing. Okay, I quit. This is clearly not meant to be. Whew. Well, that was embarrassing. Okay, I had to end that before I ended up throwing my brand new laptop through the window. My ego can only take so much abuse, and you hate to get called in the chat for being the worst player in the whole lobby. It happens to the best of us. On the other hand, the Dell G5, in my opinion, is a beast. It does everything I needed to do. I love 200 frames a second. And I have no complaints. For roughly $740, let me know in the comments below if you think it was worth it. That's including the 32 gigs of RAM and the extra 2 terabyte hard drive. Stay tuned for a video about traveling with this bad boy, which is not at all what it's made to do. I'm looking forward to that one. And in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, share, and hot rod everything.